the amazing, fast-paced development of Tel Aviv in the last 20 years, the city is as crowded and busy as ever. It's a bustling place, and that's felt on all the city's traffic-jammed streets. But driving around in a car could be the least ideal mode of transportation in this city. Standing on any busy corner at rush hour provides a lot of examples of the alternatives, mainly electric bikes and scooters.
Well, today I'm in the iconic Bima Square here in the heart of Tel Aviv. It's where a lot of people live around this area, and we're going to try a commute to our studios on the south side of town in the Jaffa Port. And there's a lot of ways to choose. You got buses going in every direction, bikes, scooters, taxis, cars. I'm going to hop on an electric scooter today, and our producer Asia is going to take a taxi. We'll see who gets there first and show you the lay of the land. Come along with us. So I'm about to set out on an electric scooter here in Tel Aviv. It's a lot of fun, but there's a few things you got to know before you go and do it. First of all, there's options. There's a few rental companies around town. You can also have your own lightweight, portable things. A lot of people ride these. But safety tips are key because it's important to you and those around you. You've got to wear a helmet. It's the law, but it also saves your life. Stay in the designated lanes as well, as far as you can find them. And remember, you're a moving vehicle. You're dangerous to yourself and everybody else around you, especially pedestrians. Let's go.
We're out to determine which way is faster for our commute, given the popularity and widespread development of designated bike lanes, and of course, the option for a taxi everywhere. We pick our route. No cheating, no surprises. Synchronize our stopwatches, and we're off. I find pride in the fact that my city of Tel Aviv has committed resources over the last 10 years to improving the city's bike-accessible infrastructure, from shared bike and scooter rentals with parking hubs virtually everywhere, to brightly painted non-car lanes crisscrossing the urban landscape. None of this happened on its own, and we set out to get more from the person actually responsible, Tel Aviv's deputy mayor, Matlin.
Thank you for joining us, first of all, and this is your office here, the city municipality. Right outside here, this is a great example of what we've been talking about in this story here. I mean, this is an endless stream of people on bikes, of people on electric scooters. You had a lot to do with this. I mean, what was it like when you came into your office here? This wasn't nearly where it is today, was it?
It wasn't nearly where it is today, and the people was with a little awareness about the possibility to move in a different way. But the work that we're doing in Tel Aviv, one way of work is you see the physical work, all the work of the building the train, all the work of rebuilding the city, and also building opportunity for bike line and all of it. With the change of the attitude of the people by publicity, all of this is doing the work together. And today, if somebody wants to arrive somewhere, you know that micromobility is a good possibility to arrive in time.
Did you open the door in some way for all those different companies to come in? I mean, they've changed the face of the city. These electric scooters, super popular, obviously, around the city.
Yeah, they came in 2019. There was no government at that time.
Right.
And we had to think and to decide what to do with this. So we decided about few laws that we force them to stand in, and it's like you have to be in all the city. Share your scooter also in Jaffa, where you say that there is vandalism, or in the west of the city where is no much demand. You cannot stay only where it's comfortable for you. You have to give us the information about the users, not the personal using, but the amount of using, so we can plan the lines and the planning of the continue of the lines according to the demand that and the knowledge that you share with us.
But like anything in Israel, people have mixed feelings about the increasing presence of these new, fast vehicles.
Yeah, I think it's quite good, but you have to have the proper infrastructure for it, and we have good routes, as you see. Everyone is riding it. I guess this is the future of transportation.
It's dangerous, especially when they ride. Look like him, he's riding without an helmet. Although now the file is 500 shekel. I cannot understand.
I'm all for that, but in special lanes and not everywhere. It's a nightmare. I'm terrified.
It's a nightmare. All the electric scooters, the bikes,
especially the electric. Well, no, actually all of them. And also when they go in the middle of the street instead of going towards either on the right or on the left, it's unbearable. And I live in fear. And this particular corner is one of the biggest nightmares there is.
Well, I think the city is in a good direction, and there's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be done, and looks like we're on the right way to reduce cars and use bikes, and it's all for the best.
Bike paths. I mean, you can basically ride around on these scooters and bikes anywhere in the city now. Dedicated roads from Dizengoff all along Bogershov, this whole route. It's amazing to see that the city's investment in that, to make it possible, to make it safer, get off the sidewalks, get off the streets for a lot of these people. But how are you dealing with that safety? I mean, people are killed, people are hit. Obviously, that happens no matter what. It's not a product
Today we had one killed.
One killed today even.
Not in Tel Aviv, in Kfar Saba.
Wow.
So let's say that the micromobility is popular all over the country. I think Tel Aviv is doing the big work of infrastructure that rebuild the city by making lines, but also by making a slow street, street that you can drive in 30 kilometer maximum, that it's part of the lines. Because if you can drive in the street together with the cars and slow, it's also part of the abilities that we make. The city is slowing down. Yeah. It's a non-stop city, but
the speed is slowing. That sounds great. I lived here for many years. The era pre all of this, where it was just bikes. It was the word balagan comes to mind here. It was a bit of a mess on the sidewalks, on the streets. You could feel a place figuring itself out. It feels much more settled today, safer, as you mentioned.
And really, who killed the most of the accident arrived between cars and bikers. Cars and walkers, but we have emotional fear from the bikers in the pedestrian area. So it's more emotional, I must say it, because the fact show that cars kill much more than bikers, and they kill also the bikers. So our mission is to make safe area also for the biker.
Cars are practically a crisis here. I mean, there's no parking, it's a lot of traffic. It becomes such an attractive option for people, even if you're not a resident, when you arrive in the city, to ditch the car, get on the scooter, get on the bike. I mean, I know a lot of people do that coming off the trains with their folding, scooters. When they hit Tel Aviv, hey, they know it's a scooter zone.
You can see the city.
Yes.
You can see the people. You can feel the people. And Tel Aviv is a wonderful city to feel here.
The weather's great. It's fun. What's the future of it? I mean, where does it go from here? Are you trying to just, like Dizengoff, I think is a good example. It feels like the street became kind of half for cars, half for bikes and scooters at this point. It's
slowly we're going there, but it's slowly because we have to remember that people have attitude, and we have to do it with balance. Okay. So I'm saying always that Tel Aviv is suffering now, but I believe that we will be the first to go out from the pkakim, for the rush.
Well, that would make sense. That would certainly be in line with the city that I know of Tel Aviv, so innovative as it is. And I think a lot of it has to do with the people in this building behind me here at the city municipality, you yourself included. So, Matlin, thank you for joining us today. And,
thank you.
Helping us understand better what we see happening every day around us here in Tel Aviv. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Enjoy it.
Whew, I made it. Just under 16 minutes, maybe 15 and a half. It was a great ride. I enjoyed it the whole way, and I believe the taxi took just about the same amount of time, maybe about a minute longer, but there was no traffic right now, which is always a wild card. And it took us about 15 minutes to catch that taxi back in town. So at the end of the day, pick or choose the way you want to cruise, outdoor in the open air or relaxing in a nice, cool, comfortable taxi, maybe looking at your phone on the way to work. So some options for you, but I got to get to work.